We're outside the hall of what we like to call Injustice, 850 Bryant. Your full name?
My name is Lateefah Barnes.
Thank you. She is standing out here because she's holding these signs. We want justice for Brian Cooper. And on this side it says, stop police excessive force and brutality. So, do you want to tell us what happened to Brian? First of all, what's your relationship with Brian Cooper? And just tell us what happened to him.
I'm his fiance, his mother of his kids.
How many kids?
I have 2 children, a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. How Brian got shot, the police said they had got an anonymous phone call saying that there was a gunman outside of the building brandishing a gun.
What building?
In Potrero Hill, a housing project. They said it was a man walking around with a brandishing a gun in the area. So the police were on the opposite side of the street when they supposed to have got the call. They walked up to Brian, and as they was walking up to him, he turned around and started running. So as he ran, he has a bad knee. He slipped on his knee. When he fell on the ground, the police officer shot him 4 times. Both legs, the ankle, and in his back. From there, it took 15 minutes for an ambulance to pick him up. The police were rude to me and my child because we were right there in the area, so we were able to see it. They were rude to me.
You saw the shooting?
We didn't see the actual shooting. We heard the gunfire, and we instantly ran around the building because he got shot on the opposite side of the building where we were at. At the crime scene, it was like a 200 to 300 people outside. It was going to be a riot. They were being rude to me and my kids. They were being rude to the community. The people knew that it was a wrongful shooting. We have footage of it. It was a wrongful shooting. Whether he did have a gun or whether he didn't have a gun or whether he was right or wrong, they still did a wrongful shooting. Because if he turned around and pointed a gun at the police, why are all the shots in the back?
Of him?
Yeah. He got shot and every shot was in the back, both his legs and his ankle.
And there's video of this actual shooting?
Yeah, it's video of the actual shooting.
Does it show whether he had a gun, the video?
Yeah, it does show, but you can tell that the gun was never pointed at the police because when he fell, the gun slid to another area. So it's like, so how can he point a gun at you and when he fell, the gun fell also? If he had a gun and turned around and pointed at the police, do you think that all the shots would be in the back, or would you think they would be in the front or on the side? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. It's clear to see. After the police officer shot him up 4 times, he bent down over him and said, "If you move, I'll kill you." So it's like, are your intentions was to kill him, or what's going on?
So he was down, already shot. And after that, the guy stood over him and told him, "If you move, I'll kill you."
Yeah.
How do you know that?
He told me out of his own mouth.
Okay, so he is now in the hospital?
No, he's at the hospital in the jail.
In the jail?
Yeah, they took him there Sunday. Well, he got shot Saturday. Sunday evening, he was at the hospital.
In jail?
Yeah.
And what kind of care is he getting there?
Not no good care. They're not changing his bloody pads. Bandages on his wounds. They're not giving him no shower clothes. He's not able to sit comfortable, and then we had to call the supervisor over the nurse area to be able to get him a wheelchair because they were trying to make him walk with a walker within like 2 to 3 days. And he's not capable of walking with a walker because he has broken toes, a bullet went in and out his ankle. He was shot in the back, and he was shot in his right leg too. You
don't know whether he's going to be paralyzed or not?
Yeah, because he still doesn't have no feeling in his left side.
Did the bullet get his spine?
No, it's traveled to his ribs now.
The bullet is moving inside his body?
Yeah, you can see it. Like when I went to visit him this weekend, he showed me, and you can see it like poking out his side of his rib.
So he is not getting surgery?
They're going to take him to the hospital. He has an appointment coming up, and they're going to check and see if they're able to take him out. He'll be going to General Hospital. I think he said within 1 to 2 weeks.
So when was he incarcerated?
August 4th, he was incarcerated.
What day of the week was that?
A Saturday. August 4th, today is the 15th, so it was like 11 days ago.
He's been in the hospital with no surgery.
No surgery.
After he was shot, how long did it take for the ambulance to get there?
We have a 6 minutes footage, and then we have an 8 minutes footage.
So the police did not call an ambulance?
So it took like 14 minutes.
Do you think that the police delayed the ambulance? Is that what you're saying?
I believe so. Because, I mean, you know, he's on the ground wounded. I believe don't they have like 3 minutes to get to a scene or something like that? Yeah, that was like very important. It was a must that they get to that, you know? I heard the 4 shots and I ran around the building and he was laid on the ground. You were behind the building in Potrero. Yeah.
And how did you react when you saw him lying there? I mean, obviously.
I was like out of it. I can't even, I remember, but I was like out of it, really.
And were your children with you?
Yeah, my 9-year-old.
And he saw her dad lying on the ground bleeding.
Yeah. And police were rude to us. Like I said, they were pushing us, peeling our fingers off the rails, shoving me, yelling at me, telling me they're going to take me to jail if I don't move out the way. It was just like so much excessive force that was not needed. You were justifiably upset about seeing him lying there. Yeah, because I wanted to know, I mean, if he was running from you, I just don't understand how he's running from you and pointing a gun at you and all the shots were in the back, you know. I just don't understand that. So how long did your child witness this? Did your child, did you take your daughter away? Yeah, I believe my brother came and got her. Within like 2 or 3 minutes, he came and got her. And when you say they peeled your hands off the rails, what does that mean? Like you're holding on to a stair rail, like you're walking up a stair or walking down the stairs, you're holding onto the rail. They're pulling my hands off the rails. Why were you grabbing onto the rail? I don't even know. I believe they were pushing me and I like grabbed onto it because I was trying to get to him. Yeah. To see what was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. You were standing on some steps. Yeah. Yeah. And they came up to you and tried to push you away. Yeah, they did push me away. Pushed me down the stairs. They pushed you down the stairs? Yeah. Yeah, they pushed me down the stairs. And the police who came, how many were there and what was their sex? They were all male police. Okay. I remember seeing all male police. Like I said, I was like out of it, so everything was like a glare to me. I seen it, but then I didn't. Can you estimate about how many of them there were? Maybe like 30. 30? Yeah, it was a lot of them. It was a lot. Like I said, it was going to be a riot. Like the people in the community, it was going to be a riot. Yeah, it was going to be like a real, people were like real angry with the police. So what they did was made the crime scene almost a block long so people couldn't get up close. So they put yellow tape around it. Yeah. For a block. Yeah. So the first officers who shot Brian Cooper, how many of them were chasing him, following him? I believe it was like one following him, and then there was one behind that officer. So there were 2 of them, and did they both shoot or just one? Just one. One shot. The officer that shot him, the other fellow officers were so busy consoling him when Brian is on the ground. What were they consoling him? I have no idea. Because he knew he messed up and he shot someone. Really? Yeah. So they're busy consoling him and not paying attention to Brian. You know? How old is Brian? 31. What does Brian do? He cuts hair, take care of the kids. Basically, he cuts hair and take care of the kids when I go to work. Okay. That's his job. May I ask what you do? I do home care. I've been doing this since I was like 18 years old. And how old are you now? I'm 32. I've been doing that forever. And you spoke a moment ago about how you would feel if you lost Brian.